You're the reason that I'm suffering. We're suffering. So says the CEO of Bud Light. Now, bear with me. This is what he said. Ever since that, pushback of the, I can't even say his name on YouTube, but you know who it is. The DM, the guy that's not a guy anymore. That's a girl. Whatever. Basically, he said, the CEO of Bud Light, said that this backlash, you're making him suffer, and the good workers of Bud Light, they're suffering because of you and I. Imagine that. Imagine, if you will, a scenario such as you have a woman who's married to an abusive husband. And that husband keep telling that abused wife that she's at fault because she can't take the abuse. So therefore, he's suffering, but she's not. All we ever did, essentially, was make a choice that we're just not going to purchase Bud Light or Anheuser-Busch products. I never said I wasn't going to drink it. I said I was not going to purchase it. Because I've always said that if someone gives, a Bud Light product to me, or a Busch Light, or a Modelo, or something like that, I'll drink it. Not a problem. I'm not going to, if someone buys it, I'm not going to just throw it back in the face. How dare you? No, I'll drink it. I'm not going to be a dick. That's the whole thing. But he's saying that we're at fault for making a big multi-billion-dollar corporation suffer. But we're at fault, folks. The pity party continues at Bud Light. I just find it funny that this son of a bee is so tone deaf that I knew this was going to happen. We all knew this was going to happen. They were going to double down. They're not going to apologize. They're not going to admit defeat. They can't admit defeat, because if they admit defeat, you'll piss the troons off. You piss the troons off, oh no, there are boys and girls in Lazlo land. You can't do that, because the troons will get violent. As per, you just look at what they do. They get violent. And what's is funny is they always say the people on the right side of the political spectrum get violent, but the people that get violent are the people on the left. Imagine my shock. So it's just weird. And then you got the Supreme Court case today that didn't go broad enough, if you will, for me. But it basically said that UNC State, Ivy League, Harvard, Yale, etc., they can't use their admissions requirements. They can't use skin color as a basis of admission. And of course, that pissed all the troons off. It pissed all the woke leftards off. Of course, they can't handle that. I mean, remember, judge me by the content of my character, not the color of my skin. Well, according to them, the left side of the political spectrum, the color of your skin means more than the content of character. The complete 180 of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Complete 180. But, I guess I'm a racist because I dare question that. No one should base the actions just because of the color of skin. Well, if you look at some of the videos today, you see a lot of videos out there of certain people out there just destroying McDonald's, robbing, pillaging, fighting in the streets, fighting on a cruise ship, fighting in a plane. And for what? I don't know. But I still won't have an opinion on just because it's the color of your skin. However, I will have some discernment, if you will, especially, just down the street and there's some weird things going on. I might, have a little bit of pause, if you will. That's natural, of course, especially to some of the videos I've seen. It's just, I'm just looking out in front of me and basing on what's going on, kind of like an ocular pat down, if you will. But yeah, it's just strange. You're at fault because we're suffering because you're not buying our product. No, that's not our problem. That's a you problem. That's not a me problem. It has nothing to do with me. If you would have just shut the F up, stopped producing this troon stuff, this wouldn't happen. This would not happen. If you would have just made funny, quirky commercials, girls in bikinis, and you sold the beer, you'd be just fine. But you can't. Can't do that, can you? No. Because of ES frickin' G. Can't do it. Can't do it. Because the squeaky wheel, of course, gets the grease. You know what I'm talking about. The squeaky wheels, the squeakers, are on the left side of the political spectrum. You see, you thought that the people on the right side would just sort of like just roll over and play dead and kind of go, oh, whatever. We'll just ignore it, whatever. No, we're just not. And I continued my boycott, if you will, of Anheuser-Busch products. It's easy because, as far as I know, Soberana here in Panama is not Anheuser-Busch. And if I look at all the advertisement of Soberana here in Panama, I mean, I don't know any of the new stuff. I'm not looking, but a lot of the other stuff, I don't see any weird dudes in bikinis running around, pretending they're women. I just don't see it. But it's just a weird day. Weird 2023 so far. I mean, to have some stupid multi-millionaire CEO of some multi-billion-dollar corporation, Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light, blaming you and I for their faults, which is really interesting. And like I said, in that analogy, a battered wife, blaming the battered wife for the husband beating on him because, what, they're not buying their product, we're not listening to them. Screw you, dude. What the hell's your problem? Why am I at fault for this? Why are you at fault for this? You're not. They're at fault for running a piss poor ad campaign. Thought that they could squeak one by on us. And at this point, we're just tired of this woke, intersectional bull fucking shit. The way Bud Light can fix all of this is admit defeat and try to regain the trust and the audience and the beer drinkers they had. But they can't do it. Why? I already said it. Because they'll piss off the left, and you can't piss off the left because they're a bunch of violent motherfuckers. End of story.